play a game.
See? It's not a shed.
SW Train Sim says hello, Paul.
I can get rid of that for the moment. Hello, people. How are we all? Hello, Maverick. Hello, Melbourne Train Guy. Hello, Lord Vectron. Choo choo. I'm a train. Joshua Cumbers. And Anthony Struss. Hello. You drove a shed this morning. Very good. SW Train Sim. Hello. There we go. And Chocky Transport as well.
Maverick says no, it's a class 40.
It's interesting, it says engine stopped, wheel slip, and fault all at the same time, but I don't think so.
Transport says hello there. Just rocked up at a level crossing on the ECML and the barriers refused to go down. I had to move MRS 700 back and forth a tad to get them down, LOL.
I don't even know what route we're on, to be honest. But we're in a beast that might move.
Melbourne Train Guy says
stop it with the wheel slip.
Joshua Cumbers says it's a class 40.
It is. I actually thought it was a 37 when I first got it, but it's not.
Melbourne Train Guy says Scott Rail by I.
And I think it's having troubles.
Maverick says love the 40.
Chocky Transport says speaker bot is a tad quiet.
It's trying to leave. Speaker bot's quiet, is it?
Maverick says TDS is very quiet.
Try that then.
Anthony
loud for me.
says 37 is my fave freight train in the game.
It's trying,
Chocky
so I think we've got the wrong
Transport says
brakes.
this is 5 circle.
I'm tipping we need to change our brake mode, wherever that is.
Leon Parsons says hi. Melbourne Train Guy says 5 circle, class 40 rail tour.
We have released the brakes.
Choo choo, I'm a train says speaker bot, speak up.
Speaker bot's loud for me.
Maverick
Quite.
says lovely, perfect volume now.
Okay, good. Come on,
Leon
class 40.
Parsons says nice Scotland train.
You know what I reckon's going to happen
Transport says that's better volume.
here? Let me show you what's going to happen here.
Melbourne Train Guy says back wall at TSD.
Screw you, train. We're leaving.
Melbourne Train Guy says change from Backham maybe for the coaches.
Who needs a
Joshua
train?
Cumbers says when are you leaving for the UK?
Monday. So a few days from now. Hello, Leon. Anthony Struss says 37 is the favourite freight train in the game. That's cool. I don't mind a 37. But right now I've got a 40. And only a 40 because I left the train behind. Whee!
Leon Parsons says come back Thomas.
Melbourne Train Guy says all run light engine XD.
It's a bit quick, eh? We're going to be rescued by a 65 zone.
Chocky Transport says oh
Rescued.
god lol. Chocky Transport says Paul 170 behind you.
There won't be anything behind me. I left the train behind.
Chocky Transport says imagine if it gives you Thomas through quick play lol.
I've had Thomas on a quick
Maverick
play.
says 5 circle enhancement pack enabled. Melbourne Train Guy says there's a red so you know.
Lord
Spin,
Vectron
spin,
4 says
spin
how are you
goes the
liking the
windmill.
controller?
I'm quite liking it, to be honest. Oh, I've moved it a
Melbourne
little
Train
bit too.
Guy
Hang
says
on.
pretty sure you've got some 12 or 170.
Leon Parsons says going fast like electric car on road. Joshua Cumbers says I'm driving a class 45 on East Coast Way.
Ooh, there's Chocky's magic words, East Coast Way. He loves you.
Maverick
But the
says
controller
5
works
is
very
the
well.
second best rivet route after Island Line 2022. Chalky Transport says I can't see track monitor anyway, the cont error is there.
Hang on.
BG says was just going to hit up a 40 at Preston,
There you
great
go.
minds etc.
Melbourne train guy says ECML.
How's that? That better?
Lord Vectron 4 says reverser aside, any issues with specific trains?
Leon Parsons says
The
I
only one I've had
nice
challenges
day,
with
bro.
is steam engines. So they don't seem to recognise
Melbourne
the
train
lever.
guy says who's on the ECML.
Let's say I set this one to be the reverser, for example.
Chalky Transport says I do love
it
the
goes
Island
from
Line.
0 to 100, just like that. So bok bok. So nothing in the middle.
Chalky Transport says no.
Leon Parsons says did you had nice day bro?
I did have a nice day. Was working, but that's okay. Working is good.
Chalky Transport says nobody is on the ECML, they are on the Northeast Corridor, LOL.
I suppose the East Coast Main Line is the Northeast Corridor, really, in the UK. So you may have noticed I have somewhat less beard.
Melbourne
If I
train
turn
guy says
sideways,
at Chalky
you might be
Transport
able to
on the
tell
NEC,
I've
got ya.
lost a bit of beard, lost a bit of hair. Hello, wench. Wench is threatening to cut the
Joshua
rest of it
Cumbers
off.
says what do you do for work just out of interest?
Well, apart from my
Chalky
volunteer work on
Transport
trains,
says actually I am on the ECML
I
LOL.
do IT, funnily enough. I lead a team of people. I think we're waiting for him. A train that should probably be on the Island Line.
Leon Parsons says I think when you stop at SCO Trail Station, you had no coach door 2 open.
I had coaches, though. I left them behind. Seemed fair. Why are we waiting?
Joshua Cumbers says EY, cool. I'm an IT guy too, don't lead anyone though.
I think I do more leading than I do
Melbourne
work these
train
days.
guy says there's a long dwell here IIRC, one the other way too.
That's boring.
Chalky Transport says that's a 170. Why is that on the Island Line? This is getting crazy now. Leon Parsons says LOL face with tears of joy.
Leon Parsons says I.
Hi. How you doing? I thought he had a top hat on for a moment. Let's get in the right spot. No, no, look straight again. There you go, top hat. Well, this isn't very exciting. Were you waiting for a train over there, maybe? I can hear something. That might be my coaches about to crash into me, though.
Chalky Transport says LOL. Melbourne train guy says drivers aren't supposed to speak to the SLF at train simulator driver.
BG says she's just not into you, bro.
Drivers aren't supposed to fly either. I'm back.
Chalky Transport says you weren't
I can fly.
supposed to be here yet since the coaches would have taken you slower.
Melbourne train guy says check the map.
This would be why. This signal here. And this set of points here, there is a path set. And the path is going this way.
Leon
That would be
Parsons
why
says
I'm
maybe you
held.
left train car behind.
I did leave a train car behind. It was kind of deliberate, though. So we're waiting for something that's coming up from down here somewhere, probably.
Melbourne train guy says sat in the cab annoying Pax with a drone.
Chalky Transport says maybe it's Thomas.
Maybe it is. It's going to take a while because, you know, there's no one coming for a while. Ah, there he is. So because we don't want to wait, we will. Yeah, why can't I click on you?
Nightbot says please smash the like button to promote the stream. Smiley face.
I can't kill you. Therefore, this is a scenario. This is not a service.
Chalky Transport says I'd love a Thomas layer in every route for
you know
no
what?
good reason.
We're not waiting that long.
You can turn layers off now so it would work for all the people who don't like him, lol.
Chalky Transport says, yeah,
Chalky,
I hacked your game and added Thomas to the timetable.
Didn't like Thomas, why would you buy it? Hello, BG. Didn't see you there. We're going to run something else. Quick play, go. You hacked my game and added Thomas, did you? We could get Thomas. I have had Thomas on a quick play before. We went off to West Somerset.
Chalky Transport says good point.
Feeling stuck.
Maverick says when UK trip at Train Simulator Driver.
Monday. German.
Melbourne train guy says Thomas Sim World 6 confirmed.
Yeah. It's kind of out there now.
Chalky Transport says will it bed the 111?
Where's my...
Chalky Transport says the 111.
There you go. There's me dates.
Parsons says I remove a Dutch train before I was be a passenger.
Train Simulator Driver says London 12/08 Pool 16/08 Isle of Wight 18/08 Swindon 20/08 Kidderminster 22/08 York 25/08 Norwich 28/08 Sheringham 29/08.
And there is something missing from that list. It's a funny little place called Chatham.
Chalky
So I'm going to
Transport
Chatham.
says
I'm just
Sim
not
World.
telling you when. So I think people know there's a...
Maverick says I hope we get an Isle of Sodor route as one of the base TSW6 routes.
What's that? You want sodomy route? What? Right, remember how to drive this thing now.
Leon Parsons says and I play Kalinka folk dance song on train.
Maverick says fun fact at Train Simulator Driver, the upcoming DBBR 420 will layer on as AI on this and link Rheinstreck.
Joshua Cumbers says DTGHQ. Daniel Robert Jowett says hello Paul.
Hello, Daniel Robert Jowett. Train lights are on. There must be another switch. There's a switch somewhere I haven't done yet. Now, let's do it this way. What's that one? Look at that.
Leon Parsons says I didn't play that diesel train route.
Turned on Puzz Buzz and Sifa. Let's get some doors closed.
Maverick says at Train Simulator Driver, have you seen the mods where the Thomas stock gets DTG team faces?
I have seen that mod.
It's absolutely hilarious.
It is. I tend to agree.
Chalky Transport says I hacked this scenario too and got diesel in here. Maverick says wiper please.
Off we go to Niddertalbahn platform 2. It's sunny and raining. Must be the UK. Ha ha ha.
Joshua Cumbers says what route are you on, and would you recommend it? Joshua Cumbers says and asterisk.
This is
Chalky
Niddertalbahn.
Transport says, so how long until we get Safa?
Zephyr. It's pronounced Zephyr in a very funny way. This is Niddertalbahn.
Maf Eric says at Joshua Cumbers, this is the Niddertalbahn, and I can highly recommend it.
It is a good route. We could go visit the turtle if we go to the right place. We're already
Chalky
going a bit
Transport
fast.
says Zippa. Chalky Transport says, did that work?
Leon Parsons says that train is cool.
I was actually watching a driver's
Chalky
point of view
Transport says Cypher,
real
with
German
S,
train
Cypher,
yesterday
with Z.
when I was recording for one of my premieres that's coming up while I'm away. And the train actually said, Zephyr, 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 bring song.
Chalky
And I
Transport
think
says Cypher.
it happened on video. He was not paying enough attention. I thought this was funny. And a little bit later on, he actually got done by PZB, and I'm thinking, is this me driving this train? Down the hill we go. And unlike most German trains, this one, P means...
Chalky
Plonk.
Transport says, right, I got it to IC Fa.
Zephyr. Zephyr. Zephyr's Wangbremsung.
Leon Parsons says Safa train lines sound like Seaford, like in Adelaide train line. Chalky Transport says, eyes purple crying, face blue smiling.
Well, Zephyr is vigilance. As we fly along the absolutely high-speed run that is Niddertalbahn. I haven't been on Niddertalbahn for ages, actually.
Maverick says I've basically mastered PZB/LZB in 5 months. However, Induzi is still driving me up the proverbial wall.
Every time I think I've mastered PZB, it smacks me in the face. It proves I haven't. This is life. It's a pretty route with lots of trees. This is kind of what we can expect from Tadami if it ever comes out. Should I say that if it ever comes out? Put the brakes off, you. Are we near Turtle Time? Is that Turtle Time? Is it one of those roads that goes to Turtle Time?
Chalky Transport says, if. Leon Parsons says, magic train line for Thomas.
That might be the road that goes to Turtle Time, you know?
Melbourne train guy says when asterisk.
Anthony Stra says, I don't yet own any German routes. What makes PZB so difficult to use?
Not paying
Maverick
attention,
says
just
the
like
fact
that.
we still have not got to Demi after all this time is a heinous crime against humanity.
Pump it. Pump it up.
Chalky Transport says turtle.
Chalky Transport says, what do you mean, if?
Melbourne train guy says at Chalky Transportic.
Maf Eric says, no, at train simulator driver. Turtle is near Altenstadt.
Ah, it's the other
Joshua
end.
Cumbers says, I really want a TSCX controller. Issue is that I am currently unemployed and the thing is £200.
Yes, they're not cheap.
Train simulator driver says turtle.
Maf Eric says, north of Altenstadt.
Chalky Transport says what's the turtle?
Leon Parsons says, I like high-speed train and some train.
What's the turtle? If you know, you know. Zephyr.
Chalky Transport says £200. That's wild.
It's 229 euros, I think.
Melbourne train guy says the portal turtle.
That's the one. The portal turtle. That's it exactly.
Chalky Transport says I don't know.
Is that signal red? No, it's facing the other way. It's alright. Just got to watch my speed a little bit because I am still under monitoring. From my
Math
little
Eric
faux
says
pas.
release PZB.
I could
Leon
release
Parsons
PZB,
says I
but I'm
get
not.
money for save for AirPod Max. Maverick says any members only content coming anytime soon.
There's
Leon
members currently
Parsons
content
says
right
I don't
now.
need more train add-on.
There's 3 train videos up as members content, have been for about a week. And they will go live 1 week at a time. There will be some more soon. I will schedule some more. It looks like it has been 5 months already, Maverick. Thank you for being a member. Always appreciated.
Chalky Transport says Leon Parsons says cool.
That reminds me, the Diorama Cats channel has enabled memberships. So if you want to support the rescue cats, you can be a member of that channel.
Chalky Transport says I still can't get watch hours up, so I can't do memberships.
It'll come, Jockey. So what we need to do is everybody go to Jockey's channel and just start watching videos without watching
Melbourne
them.
train guy says at Henty's is turning on memberships tomorrow. What an accomplishment, EY.
He is indeed. He's actually been able to have members for a long time, but he's not wanted to.
Maverick says I'm really glad to be a member to one of the best channels on the YouTubes.
I'm glad you
Leon
think so.
Parsons says I like Tree Land.
As we travel through the land of Nidder. No one on the platform by the looks of things. Are you serious?
Chalky
None for you.
Transport says if you watch a playlist it only counts watch time from the first video you watch in that playlist, so yeah.
But that's okay, you just watch something and you cue something else and then you cue something else and it's fine. Sorry people, not stopping for you. Sorry, not sorry. In our funny little green train. I remember when this came out, people go,
Math
ooh,
Eric
a
says,
German
hey,
train
I'm
that's
train
not red.
simulator driver, would you be up to play Star Trek Online with me? I would love to teach you how to play it.
It's not really my channel kind of thing.
Chalky Transport says, well, depends if that counts as a playlist, lol. Arsuaho
No, it
says,
doesn't.
hi Paul, you are one of the best, grinning face.
Hello, Asuo, how are you?
Antonistra says, just subbed at Chalky Transport.
Chalky Transport says thanks.
Dive into Chucky. No, fine. Slow down to 85. Yeah, I think that's important. We might slow down to 40 though. That's a little bit important. As we come rolling into Altenstadt.
Maf Eric says I still think Nidder has some of the best scenery in the entire game 2.5 years after its release. This
Yeah,
is
I tend to
literally
agree
the
with
first
that.
Aden route I ever got.
I think the only thing I don't like about it is the wet textures on the
Chalky
roads, and that's
Transport
about
says
it. The rest of it's
everyone make
great.
sure you like and sub to this channel too.
Nice, please do.
Leon Parsons says Chalky Transport I will watch late bro.
Apologies for subscriber mode
Maverick
only on
says
the
at
chat, by the
Chalky
way.
Transport seconded.
It's necessary because I've got speaker mod on.
Aswao says I wonder if the scenarios with the great German spoken in the 101 expert gameplay pack for Kasselverberg is translated. As partner you should have it. Best scenario in TSW I think.
They aren't translated, they are in German. The actual scenario instructions are translated.
Leon Parsons says okay. Leon Parsons says who me.
So anything spoken
Leon
is
Parsons
localized.
says that okay you fine.
Maverick says you don't want random bots swearing in the TTS LOL.
Absolutely not. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, in my empty train, we have now arrived at Altenstadt. The doors will open on the left. There will be a short pause here while we wait for something else to come along.
Chalky Transport says yeah LOL.
Uh-oh. Well, it's alright. When it pauses that long, I think, is that building a crash dump? That would appear to be enough. Is anybody going to get in? No.
Maf Eric says nearly a crash there.
Yeah, I was wondering. It took a little while to draw that frame, didn't it? Don't know why I opened the doors, because it didn't actually want me
Chalky
to, but I have.
Transport says hum.
Are we waiting
Leon
for something coming
Parsons
the other
says
way?
not
I guess.
funny when AI robots say bad words. And I am 18.
Oh, we're
Chalky
waiting for another one.
Transport says is this long or short quick play?
This is a short, quick play. But being on Niddertalbahn, there's no such thing. We're just waiting for this other train to come in that'll come around the corner any moment now. And then we'll be able to go.
Chalky Transport says doesn't look like my kind of route really. Single track diesel line.
It's a lot of fun, Chucky. Signal should clear momentarily.
Maf Eric says going to go record a quick video now. We'll see YA in about 45 myons.
Okay. Have fun with your video,
Nightwood
Math.
says enjoying the stream. Consider supporting the channel by joining https://www.youtube.com/train simulator driver/join. Leon Parsons says hi for car train.
Nightbot says want to keep chatting outside of streams. Join my Discord https://discord.gg/zxacbngjh5. Nightbot says please smash the like button to promote the stream, smiley face, thanks.
If we go through the river valley of Nidda. Ziva. I like Niddertalbahn because German trains get to honk their
Swallow
horns.
says the Niddertal is as good as the Blackpool. JT and TSG are both the coolest third party.
They are both quite good. TSG is, of course, the guy who's also in charge
Leon
of German
Parsons
train
says
development
next
at
stop
DTG.
is Stockholm.
Same guy. He was TSG first, and I suspect his TSG content is probably what got him the job at DTG. It's like, hey, you want to come make that stuff for us? We're going into a siding. How of amusement.
Leon Parsons says that train line be like steam line in America.
I'm hoping for a German steam locomotive to run on this one day. It would be very nice. I can't get over that half my beard's missing. It's making me wonder, do I just shave the whole thing off? That'd scare the shit out of people. Who are you? It's funny, my other half's always after me to shave it off, but if I ever do, she cracks the sads. Forgets how ugly I am.
Chalky Transport says I think it looks nice.
I'm not stopping for the station, just to be really clear. The light wasn't
Leon
flashing for the
Parsons
crossing.
says, did you had food before?
I did, I had pizza. That's why half my beard and hair's missing. Because I lit the pizza oven and it went out, and it's got a rollback sensor, so it should have... looks like the crossing is actually running. So we will just go through it. Because when that light was not flashing behind us, it usually means you have to stop and fix the crossing, but it does actually seem to be working. So we won't. That's why it slowed down. But I lit the barbecue and it went out, and I thought it just turned the gas off by itself, so I put a match in to light it again to turn the gas back on, and it went... Ooh. Well, that was exciting.
Joshua Cumbers says, what did you have on your pizza?
I had hot suppressor salami, olives, feta cheese, bocconcini cheese, bacon, and onion.
Leon Parsons says I had Australia hamburger.
Chalky Transport says, what, it burnt your beard off? You confused me, sorry, lol.
I've lost about half my
Leon
beard.
Parsons says LOL, that was fun.
So if I turn this way and look over here, you'll see
Joshua
the beard's very
Cumbers
flat.
says oh,
It used to stick out.
very nice.
It'll grow back.
Leon Parsons says, I hope fire don't hit you again.
Chalky Transport says oh yeah.
I kind of hope to not get any more fire as well. I've had it happen in the steam engine once where it just erupted in flames all around me. Oh, is it this road? One of these roads, no, it's not that one, but one of these roads that's on the sides somewhere, or maybe that hill up there.
Says, is there an Australian food special?
Probably the only thing that's generally Australian is a thing called chicken parmigiano, which is a chicken schnitzel with breadcrumbs, ham on top of it, and cheese on top of that with a tomato sauce. So that's about the only thing that's genuinely Australian that I've never seen anywhere else in the world. Oh, maybe the meat pie. Meat pies aren't common outside of Australia. We have to go and explore the turtle zone. I know it's up on a hill.
Chalky Transport says my family has meat pie a lot.
Fair enough.
Joshua Cumbers says, are you gonna be getting fish and chips when you're in the UK?
I'm not a huge fan of UK fish and
good.
chips. Because
Leon
it's
Parsons
basically
says
cod
it'd be
and
sad
chips.
if fire try get you to death.
I'm kind of boring when I'm there. I mostly live on sandwiches. You think my pizza oven tried to kill me, Leon? None for you. Bye-bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Sifa.
Joshua Cumbers says I do agree, Tesco meal deals are elite.
Chalky Transport says, yeah, I don't really like cod, or any big fish, I go for scampi, whitebait, prawns, all in breadcrumbs of course.
Chalky Transport says or batter.
Melbourne Train Guy says, is Greg's any good at TSD?
I had food at 2 Greg's. One of them was quite nice. I had a sausage roll and a coffee, and the other one, the sausage roll almost killed me.
It was cheese and tomato sauce with hamburger meats and bread hamburger.
That's a pretty basic hamburger there, Leon. Where's the beetroot and the egg and the pineapple?
Transport says Greg's donuts are so good.
Their coffee wasn't too bad.
Choo Choo I'm a Train says Greg's cheese and onion pasty.
I am quite partial
Melbourne
to a
Train
pasty.
Guy says, I do love me a good pie.
Don't mind a Cornish pasty.
Says 2 days ago I had a hot devil pizza, burned 2 times. Melbourne Train Guy says beetroot
on the way
FTW.
in and on the way out. Yes, we've all had pizzas like that. It didn't tell me I had to acknowledge that, but I think I do, because I think that was at caution.
Chalky Transport says Greg's Donuts and Yum Yum's Red Heart. Chalky Transport says, no, you do not have that in a burger.
Ooh, yes, pineapple,
Chalky
beetroot,
Transport
egg.
says hamburger.
That's the way to do a
Leon
burger.
Parsons says, sorry my mummy make it good, smiling face with smiling eyes.
Leon Parsons says I am 18 make my own food.
Well, make up your mind. Does your mum make it or do you make it? I think you said both, didn't you? Quiet, Sifa. I don't know when I reversed this lever in the config, but I think I'm kind of liking it. That signal box looks kind of like a ship. Ooh. 365. German Gronk. There you go. Non-revenue run, pretty much
Leon
complete.
Parsons
This
says
is our
my
last
mum
stop,
hamburger.
I think.
Melbourne Train Guy says beetroot and pineapple.
Beetroot and pineapple and egg.
Leon Parsons says sorry.
When I lived in the San Francisco Bay Area, I taught a little burger shop how to make an Aussie burger. And I used to take him the beetroot and the pineapple and the eggs to put in the burger. And after I'd been doing that for about 3 months, one day he said, "Don't bring stuff anymore. I've got it for you. I'm selling it now."
Transport says,
Yes.
No, you don't have beetroot in a burger, loudly crying face, or a pizza for that matter.
Oh, beetroot on a pizza with feta cheese. Now you're talking. Maybe even a bit of bocconcini.
Joshua Cumbers says, when you say 365, why does Microsoft 365 pop into my head every time? Rolling on the floor laughing.
Good advertising.
Leon Parsons says, be fun to see Germany steam train.
Leon Parsons says, yes you do.
We do
Melbourne
need some
train
German
guy
steam.
says, you. Leon Parsons says, Australia be good with make food test.
Do. Hey, look, I can just run through the wires. Whee! You're supposed to do it with buttons, I know, but whatever.
Leon Parsons says, them steam train be cool, Thomas and his steam team. Aswao says, German steam, yeah.
Joshua Cumbers says, I really want a burger now, lol.
Chalky Transport says, what?
Yeah, did we actually uncouple? Yes, we did. Beautiful. I can see we do have a shunting disc there. To acknowledge that with PZB,
Chalky Transport says, I am hungry now too.
See, in Germany, these aren't repeaters.
Aswao says, maybe with TSW6.
Oh, I forgot to hold the override. Never mind. I should have held the override to go through that signal. That's fine. Should have held down the Del
says,
key.
I love Oreo cola food before.
Oreo
Chalky
cola.
Transport says, are these German semaphores?
They are German semaphores. I quite like the way they
Chalky
work.
Transport says, emergency brake counter, 1.
Wah, wah, wah.
Leon Parsons says, lol, oops, try again. Arsuaho says, PZB is always fun.
Yes, PZB is fun.
Melbourne
like
Train
being
Guy
whacked
says,
in the
I just
face.
walked down some Domino's, so I clearly didn't choose good pizza.
It's probably not the worst pizza on the planet, but it's not the best either. Now, are we just going to set backwards? Now we're going to change ends. Okay.
Leon Parsons says it was in shop 2024 of all your lovers.
Lord Vectron 4 says, I'm going to have an early night, long ass day at work.
Right, Lord Vectron, don't do that to me. I want the key. Remove the brake key. How do you remove the brake key?
Melbourne Train Guy
There we
says,
go.
catch you around at Lord Vectron 4.
Remove
Chalky
the handle.
Transport says, night LV4. Leon Parsons says good night.
Have fun, Lordo Vectrono. It's very quiet in first class, isn't it? Where it says Rauncher. It's very, very quiet at this end of the train.
Leon Parsons says ghost train will get you. Chalky Transport says must have been more than 30 minutes by now.
Yeah, I suspect so.
Leon Parsons says maybe is ghost people in train coach.
Joshua Cumbers says is this unit basically a German pacer?
Well, there's two of them, so it's probably closer to a 150. But this is a cab car, this end. It hasn't got its own engines. It does remember your SEPA and PZB from the other end, though. So you only set that at the other end. Stockenheim coming up.
Leon Parsons says feel like it Joshua.
Chalky Transport says the first 150 has been preserved and it's an XTFW1 back in the regional Sprinter livery.
That's cool. Where is it? I still need to ride a 150, I haven't yet. I've been in one, but I haven't ridden one. People of Stockholm, I come here for your women. Fill up my train.
Chalky Transport says it's going on the Watercress line, I think.
Oh, I know where that is.
Chalky Transport says it was unveiled at the Greatest Gathering.
Oh, I did see a 150 there. I was kind of wondering why. Well, there you go. Time to shut this beast down, I think. Ah, didn't let me finish.
Leon Parsons says come in people.
Main menu. Quickie, quickie, quickie. It is time for a quick one. I have to say the smell of burnt hair, delightful. Really, really good. Brilliant, in fact. Alrighty, quick play, 0 to 30 minutes. Here we go again. And if you'd like to talk and get pronounced by SpeakerBot, feel free.
Melbourne train guy
what
says
will
shed.
we get? I don't know. Could. Nah. It's German. No, it's not. It's Austrian. It's the 1-1-1-6. All right then.
Nightbot says please smash the like button to promote the stream. Thanks.
Melbourne train guy says come on shed.
Chalky Transport says watch it be one he doesn't like LOL.
Apply power to get moving. Are we not picking up passengers anywhere?
Arsuaho says the never-ending story about the 420, the first German old electric emu, we had only British.
Melbourne train guy says 111, 6.
We're making power.
Leon Parsons says going to milk station.
Come on, more power. It's trying to make power. Oh, I haven't turned on the safety systems yet, have I? Do need to turn on the safety systems. Oh, they've gotten separated.
Chalky Transport says 1.1.16.
That's right.
Chalky Transport says LOL.
I'm sure there's something I haven't done. Parking brake release. Oh, you have to press one of these, don't you? No? Brake selector R, door mode OBB. Where's their switch?
Melbourne train guy says 1.1.1.6.
Oh, you got to say that right. 1, 1, 1. Hey. Hey. Stop going backwards. Oh, here we go. That's what we want.
Leon Parsons says oh no. Chalky Transport says now remove the 3 ones and add another 6.
Melbourne train guy says rolling backwards.
Not anymore.
Melbourne train guy says rolling.
Chalky Transport says and you get the inferior loco. Leon Parsons says you going backwards. Leon Parsons says LOL. Daniel Robert Jowett says rolling on the floor laughing.
Okay, I'm making power. In fact, I'm slipping. Sounds promising. It's doing something. There it goes. Just gotta wait long enough.
Leon Parsons says yes.
Zoek beeinflussen. How are you, Daniel Robert Jowett? I'm under monitoring, aren't I? What a strange squeaky machine this is. There's 2 of them. Ziffer. Zwangbremsung. More beans. Full beans.
Arsuaho says all ES64U2 are the same. Melbourne train guy says Zugby's Heid Gazung to U2.
So this is basically a German shed, Melbourne train guy. Sorry, it's an Austrian
Leon
shed.
Parsons says be like in train waiting 4-minute hand to move right time to go. Sifa. Did you like that it went out of monitoring just as I cruised through 45 kilometers an hour? Daniel Robert Jowett says just relaxing in bed before I go to sleep. LOL, I've got work later this evening.
I'm sad you have to go to work, Daniel. But good that you can have a relax.
Chalky Transport says except it doesn't look like a shed.
It looks exactly like a shed. What are you talking about? At least it's got a nice Austrian lady. Got to say hello to your compatriots.
Chalky Transport says.
Dot. Is that all you got, Chucky? Dot. You probably have to do that this way.
Maf Eric says I'm back. Love to see the 1116.
Oh no.
Train simulator driver says dot.
Chalky Transport says ... Leon Parsons says to dot to dot. Gav's Photography says evening Paul.
Hello, Gav.
Train Simulator Driver says www.help.com. Melbourne Train Guy says dotty.
It's quite a train, isn't it?
Leon Parsons says okay, let's stop dot.
Dot 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 dot. And if you don't know where that came from, I'm too old.
Melbourne Train Guy says Jackie.
Gav's Photography says let's play dot to dot, rolling on the floor laughing.
Maybe snakes.
Maverick says monkey noises. Oh.
Maverick gets banned. Zifa.
Melbourne
Zifa.
Train Guy says do you feel the same?
Maverick says speed running getting banned LOL.
Arswao says the voice in this loco has an Austrian accent.
Train Simulator Driver says never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you.
Shut up. Oh,
Melbourne Train
the
Guy
focus
says
wasn't
yes.
on the game. That was the problem.
Leon Parsons says next stop is Cypher. Melbourne Train Guy says I think TSD got what I was up to XD.
Mm-hmm. Where are they? Where are the wipers?
Nightbird says enjoying the stream. Consider supporting the channel by joining
don't know where the wipers are.
https://www.youtube.com/train simulator driver/join.
Actually, while I'm stopped, we can get up and crouch and try and find the wipers, because they're probably under here. There we go.
Gav's Photography says LOLC for rolling on the floor laughing.
Nightbird says want to keep chatting outside of streams. Join my Discord https://discord.gg/xxpunch5.
Now we wait here like good little Germans. Oh, Austrians.
Gav's Photography says down to the right.
Zifa.
Hannah Scott says hello lovely people.
Hello, Hannah Scott. How are you?
Maverick says Semaring is the best Austrian route by far.
Maverick says at Hannah Scott hey there.
It's a train. Don't you dare put the brakes on. Not allowed. Brakes off. Zifa.
Melbourne train guy says hi
This will tell
Barbie.
you what
Hi
happened,
Ken.
by the way.
Wanna come for a ride? Sure Ken, jump in. Train simulator driver says QQQQQQQ.
Oi.
Maf Eric says I forgot about Mittenwaldbahn LOL, that is by far the best. Train simulator driver says I'm a Barbie girl says at Melbourne train guy.
Game stuck. Game dying, I think. No, survived. I think that might have been a close thing.
Leon Parsons says hi I am back I got my soda pop.
Leon, you're an Australian. We don't have soda pop.
Hannah Scott says I'm doing okay. It's a little late, but if you press V on the keyboard, it turns the wipers on.
That would have been handled to know a little while ago.
Melbourne train guy says sorry Paul, I'm in a weird mood tonight apparental XD.
Apparental.
Maf Eric says it's a soft drink at Leon Parson LOL.
Unlike this, which isn't. Maybe. Actually, this is the end of the run. I think. Pure Freigabe.
Melbourne train guy says not the apple juice.
Oh, it's definitely apple juice.
Gav's photography says is that our new word at Melbourne train guy rolling on the floor laughing.
Melbourne train guy says the best typo ever.
Seems fair. Nearly there.
Leon Parsons says sorry I got soda pop song in my head from K-pop demon movie Hunter.
Oh dear.
Gav's
Yes.
photography says adds to the Melbourne dictionary.
There's a few things in Melvin's dictionary. That's going to put us fairly close to the signal.
Melbourne train guy says at Gav's photography, you mean Melvin surely.
What'll do?
Hannah Scott says a parental sounds like a weird prescription medicine at Melbourne train guy.
I've stopped you as a farmer has reported some escaped cows from Mittenwaldbahn. Continue slowly
Gav's
while cleared and be
photography
prepared
says
to
yes
stop.
that's in your dictionary Melvin rolling on the floor laughing.
So how is Melbourne train guy? Watch out for moos.
Leon Parsons says oh no.
Do you think the ooh light lights up when you come near a moo? Come on. Come on. You can do it. Go to the outside view. Don't crash on me. There we go.
Leon Parsons says cow on track Borden.
Melbourne train guy says lolol.
Maf Eric says moo.
Daniel Robert Jowett says the cows had better get moving rolling on the floor laughing. Gav's photography says watch out for Melvin. Chalky Transport says this train sounds interesting. Melbourne Train Guy says Malvin doesn't go near Malvern.
Leon Parsons says LOL, nice one bro.
Leon Parsons says nice train song bro.
Maf Eric says I've been to Malvern LOL.
How come it got Malvern right for Maverick, but it didn't for Melbourne Train Guy?
Gav's Photography says this is the Melvin train that makes music okay hand.
Melbourne Train Guy
no
says
hair, so he doesn't need an
Malvin misses
umbrella.
Melbourne mostly. The
Smart
country
dude, he's
sucks.
already waterproof.
Leon Parsons says did you see new K-pop Demon Hunter?
No. Can't say I
Joshua
did.
Cumbers says musical train.
There's a video on the internet of this train playing techno.
Leon Parsons says I singing to train song.
Gav's Photography says bald head.
Yeah, he's already waterproof, that bloke.
Gav's Photography says and shiny too.
Leon Parsons says is nice movie.
Maverick says love the Taurus family of trains just for the motors singing. Leon Parsons says no bad words in K-pop movie bro.
None. Zephyr. I'm watching out for cows. I haven't seen one yet. Cow. Ooh. Anyone seen a cow? I just realised my poor little cactus under my monitor is very dry. No, don't Zephyr, I'm protecting the cactus. My super dry cactus. There you go, cactus, you'll be better now.
Hannah Scott says ox water buffalo, ox water buffalo.
Leon
Whatever floats your
Parsons
boat,
says
Hannah.
I love cute cow.
That's what she said.
Maverick says bro's going to Cajun while he's supposed to be on Semaring. Leon Parsons says LOL yes good job train.
Back up to speed we go.
Gav's Photography says cows come to the track and move for Melvin and Chalky.
Hannah Scott says cow cow cow.
Train Simulator Driver says cows with guns.
Train Simulator Driver says chickens in choppers.
We're speeding. We're very, very naughty. Zephyr. PZB.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Leon Parsons says you make me happy and laughing sometime.
Excellent. That's why I exist.
Nightbot says please smash the like button to promote the stream, smiley face.
Smash
Thanks.
it like this. You've all got a big yellow button, haven't you? Thunder and lightning, very, very frightening. Galileo. Galileo. Ow. Pizza. Pizza.
Leon Parsons says I love train.
No, Swang Bremsung.
Hannah Scott says Zephyr, Zephyr, Zephyr. Train simulator driver says moo emo moo moo emo.
Maf Eric says apparently CL5 nuclear is going to be on Midland Main Line as well as WCML South and Preston, Carlisle.
I can't remember what's been announced, so
Train
I'll shut up.
simulator driver says Zwang Bremsung.
How about that? It knows
Jockey
German.
Transport says what route is this?
This is the Austrian one, Salzburg-Rosenheim.
Maverick says Semaringbahn.
Oh, it's Semmeringbahn.
Leon Parsons says Zephyr will get you if you don't be safe driving on train.
This is very true. Quiet, Zephyr. Thanks, driver. Alright, so after we stop, we're allowed to go back to line speed. How about that? Well, the good thing about that is we get to go outside and listen to it start. Eventually. At some point, it will go.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Never leave the cab.
Zephyr. Zephyr.
I'm trying. There we go. Whee!
Leon Parsons says
No,
Be Funny
didn't
is
work.
funny mod of Train Sim World of Roblox Bacon Boy in Train Coach.
There we go. Giant crying cat.
Hannah Scott says Do Re Mi, So Fa La Ti.
And Wave Cat needs to be big too. I don't know why Wave Cat's so little. Whee! There we go. Now we can have cats everywhere. Like it should be.
Arsulaho says STRGCMD plus space, Double horn.
Zifa, 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 Zifa.
Melbourne train guy says at train simulator driver at Maverick, the layers are on the routes TT already, so that's basically the same as announced, right?
Maybe.
Leon Parsons says ZE for ghost.
The ghost of Zifa.
Leon Parsons says cute cat.
Another little UBB.
Maf Eric says at Melbourne train guy, I suppose so.
Same to you. You can zook your Einbleinflussum all you want.
Arswao says this loco has a double horn.
It does.
Melbourne train guy says class 20 on MML me and Ratcliffe is more likely now.
Leon Parsons says I cool small train of tram.
Tierfreigabe. And of course it is the V Uber Wachang.
Maverick says foot pedal horn with control and space.
I have this. Much more fun. As we roll towards the red, and do I dare put power on? Sure. Because we are rolling just a touch slow towards the red. Zifa. Seems to have really concentrated on the Austro-German
Hannah Scott
stuff
says it
today,
may be a
hasn't
small train, but has lots of talent.
Ooh, Hannah.
Arswao says you can both high and low horn at the same time.
You can, but not with this. But you can probably do it this way. No, it won't actually do it. What do we want now, Mr. Signalman? I can see an Eevee cat. Hello, Eevee. The audience wants to meet you, Eevee. She's got a head like a beige tennis ball. It's completely round. But she's not a big fan of being picked up, so I won't go and get her. I'll just freak her out. Oh, I think there might be about to be a cat war on the stairs. Looking like it. There's a bit of stalking going on there. Oh, I was meant to stop ages ago. I might have to go backwards now, if it doesn't trigger. Ah, triggered, I'm lucky. Hello, driver. Sorry to stop you again. I'm going to reduce the line speed due to the weather. I've had reports of falling rocks, so
Leon
keep an eye
Parsons
out.
says, what bro, did I miss something of small train? Arsuaho says keyboard only persevering face.
Yeah, it's perfectly okay to have a small train.
Amy says, am I late?
Nah, you're not late, Amy. It's fine.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung.
At some point she'll move. There she goes. Zark. If we go much further, I'm going to have to change power, aren't I?
Anna Scott says at Leon Parson it was the little OBB train on this route. The talent.
The OBB 1020. Ziva. Quiet, Ziva. No one likes you.
Leon Parsons says I love that train song of QBB.
Melbourne train guy says my mood's dropped out the floor, so I'm a gap. Enjoyed the stream. See ya everyone.
See you later, Melbourne train guy. Have fun, mate. Hopefully you'll be alright.
Arswao says Zugbeen Flassung Osterikis Schwiso.
Really? It's easy for you to say. Gravity should slow us down at some point. There we go.
Maf Eric
Lovely.
says at Melbourne train guy, bye, take care of yourself.
Amy says the diesel Talent 1S in Munster were interesting for accessibility.
Leon Parsons says Zifa will hunter you ghost.
That was from your recent trip, I take it, Amy.
Amy says I almost fell out my chair on one because of the slope inside.
They have a slope inside the train? Weird. You shouldn't ride the train drunk, then you won't fall out of your chair. That was mean, wasn't it? Are you back in the UK now? Zifa. Zifa. Hey, I was pressing the button. Stop it. Don't be mean to me. More power. Stop slipping. It's only that one wheel that's slipping, you know. One set. Up we go, up the big hill. Wow, it's suddenly just there. That is quite a long train.
Leon Parsons says where is Port Power football?
Amy
says yes, it was the last trip to Germany, and yes, there is a slope inside to the doors, which if the driver slams into full service doesn't end well. I've been back for a few weeks now.
Hannah Scott says I prefer the shouting cipher, as opposed to the beeping one.
Yeah, shouting is a little bit better. Everybody likes being yelled at in German. Buzz buzz. I don't think I needed to acknowledge that somehow.
Leon Parsons says okay.
It's good that you made it home safely, Amy. We don't need an Amy squashed by a train in Germany.
Chalky Transport says Sifa Sifa Sifa.
Zifa. We're ready on the button. Don't know if we need to press it, but we're ready.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Probably just let gravity stop us, really.
Sifa.
Zifa. Be interesting how long it takes to wear this button out. In some ways, I wish the buttons I use for PZB were like that too. I wonder if I can ask them if you can put different buttons in. If you can buy a button and replace it. That'd be an interesting thing. I should ask them that. Because I'd kind of like these two to be raised buttons as well.
Türfreigabe.
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 Your fry is garbled. I'm sorry.
Arsuaho says the Austrian accent on this loco is so weird.
It was someone's wife, if I remember correctly.
Maf Eric says Payback Town coming up.
Will we get a shed next? Will it bring back Melbourne Train Guy? I don't know.
FIFA. FIFA.
You know, if I get a shed on the next one, I'm messaging him. Go, get back in here. Watch out, people. Fast train coming through.
Chalky Transport says, will we get a shed?
I don't know. We might. It is random and there is an awful lot of sheds.
Chalky Transport says, well, I am going to eat some lunch after we see what we get.
Fair enough.
Amy says it was more likely that I would have ended up in Paris or something due to being overcurried than squashed. My friends were placing bets on what city I'd end up in accidentally.
Hannah Scott says the thing with the German language is that you can say the most beautiful thing, and it'll still sound aggressive.
That's like Arabic. Everything in Arabic sounds like I'm going to kill you.
Chalky Transport says Aura 1. 1-1.
Getting overcarried would be good though, Amy. It's like having a free holiday. Especially as a chair user, you go to the crane company and go, well, you carried me here, you've got to give me accommodation now. The only downside of that, of course, is if you don't have the preparation in your baggage. Then,
Amy says, I think Schmetterling is a nice word.
You wouldn't have an easy time of going out and getting toiletries and fresh underpants and stuff like that.
Chalky Transport says, I am so hungry.
Speak to the station staff. Okay.
Amy says, I did get a night in Brussels paid for by SNCB because they couldn't get me on the train to Germany.
That's good. Line is blocked.
Nightbot says, enjoying
nice
the stream.
mustache.
Consider supporting the channel by joining https://www.youtube.com/train-simulator-driver/join.
Oh, didn't get to shut the train down. Glod on the milkshake. Okay, let's go again. Will we get a shed
Chalky
this
Transport
time?
says, how long left on this server?
Nothing on
Chalky
the service.
Transport says service asterisk.
Come on, shed. It's time for a shed.
Nightbot says, want to keep chatting outside of streams.
I've moved the
Join my
device.
Discord https://discord.gg/cxacbngj5.
Come on, shed. Will we get a
Chalky
shed?
Transport says,
You know what it'll end
Nightbot
up being?
says, please smash the like button to promote the stream. Thanks.
Well, it's not a shed.
Maverick says shed hype.
There's not a shed. It's not even something cool. There.
Chalky Transport says most shed services are long.
Master key's already on.
Chalky Transport says off for lunch, goodbye. See you in 10/15. Chalky Transport says, oh, it's a 375.
Maverick says, no.
Maverick says no shed, me sad.
Ah, there they are.
Chalky Transport says face blue smiling, face blue smiling, face blue smiling, face blue smiling, face blue smiling.
Turn on the drop.
Chalky Transport says yes, 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 it's a star.
Chalky Transport says bye
Gillingham!
now.
We're going to Dovetail. Yay! And a javelin.
Amy says Electra Stars are nice trains, shame it's the wrong color.
How can you tell what color it is? It's kind of black. I'm just being facetious. Ooh, got a reward for using the power handle. What about using the sander? Do I get a reward for that? No. Come on, Signal. The javelin's gone. We need to leave. We want to go to Gillingham. I'll be in Gillingham next week. It's not on my list.
SI says hello Paul.
Hey, C, how are you? It's not on my list, but
Amy says it said Seb, so it's a blue one.
wop wop. Off we go. Maybe a window open or something. Get a bit of sound. It's a bit quiet compared to what else we've been driving. Off we go to Rochester. Gratuitous bridge shot where you can't see the train. Perfect.
Amy says I'm sorry you will be in Gillingham.
Gillingham's better than Chatham. Just saying.
SI says I'm not bad, better when not ill, how are you?
I didn't feel like anybody was going to kill me when I was in Gillingham last time. Chatham, not so much. When I came out of Chatham Station, I was given the eye by a whole bunch of boys just hanging around. You can't say that, Hannah. You can't be serious. I'm a very serious can't. Quiet, AWS. Stop pretending to be safer.
Maff Eric says at Hannah Scott groans. Amy says getting kicked in the shins is better than kicked in the nuts.
Well, yes. It's a lot of people. That must have been like a clown car in there. I'm okay, see. I just noticed your comment there, sorry. Still got a slight cold, but getting over it. Getting over it.
Maverick says I'm going now. Goodbye everyone.
See ya, Maverick. Sorry it wasn't a shed. Next up, Chatham, home of Dovetail Games. Where I will be.
Amy says you will be cancelled on Twitter for lack of shed.
I will be there next week.
Hannah Scott says the colour of the train is royal blue.
There you go.
Sai says I like that thing you're using, forgot what it's called, rolling on the floor laughing, but better than using controller or keyboard.
It's called the TSCX Train Simulation Controller. That's a real mouthful. When I went to Chatham last year, I went there in a Javelin and came back in a 375. So this is kind of fortuitous. And I met up with a very interesting individual whose name I'm not even going to try and pronounce because I'll just get it wrong. He was a cool guy, knew a lot about the area. Next stop, Dovetail Games. The doors will open on the left. Maybe. They should, anyway. If I remember the layout of the station properly. There is a Starbucks inside Chatham Station. It's certainly got that over Gillingham. Not a huge fan of Starbucks because I like nice coffee.
After a few beers, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing.
I've had my apple juice, so we're all good. Nothing to see here.
Amy says I got a picture with DTG Matt at the Greatest Gathering. He looks so overwhelmed in it.
He probably hadn't had any sleep at all, the poor guy. He worries lots about events, so he tends not to sleep at them. And then he'll do silly things like staying there and playing the train all night. Chatham! Chatham! I did a little drive on the Altenstadt this morning before work, just to remember the layout. They're some of the only tickets I haven't bought, my
Sai says I need to change my name to see it's C, not Sai.
And the reason I haven't bought my Island Line tickets is because it's cheaper to buy them on the island. Go figure.
Amy says he seems like a nice person, but yeah, could definitely tell things have been bothering him.
He is a very nice guy, but the whole world rides on his shoulders for everything that DTG does, so he is, he has a lot of weighty things to deal with. He is a really, really nice guy. That reminds me, I've got to send Alex some interview questions, because I'm going to be interviewing him and Matt. So I need to send him some questions in advance so they can think about it. This thing stops pretty well, if I remember rightly. Signal will change, surely. Maybe not. Maybe there's a train in the station. Gillingham, next up. Gillingham. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll now shortly be arriving at Gillingham.
For TSW6, I really do think it's gonna be better than TSW5. Will you get a TSW6 as well while you're there?
I made my TSW t-shirts
Photography
myself.
Says Alexei rolling on the floor laughing and Tom Matt rolling on the floor laughing.
But, I don't know. I do not know. Oh, changed. Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be arriving at Gillingham. Please attempt to avoid being murdered. You did survive Chatham, though, so you've got a good chance. And the reason I'm staying in Gillingham is because I stayed in the travel lodge at Chatham last time I visited DTG, and I absolutely hated it. I got no sleep at all because it's such a terrible hotel. So I'm staying in the Premier Inn in Gillingham instead in the hope that it's better. And it's actually about the same distance from DTG from both of them, so it doesn't really
Sai
matter.
says, I think everyone gets on Matt's back. They all need to back off. He does his best and more. Just a shame people don't see that.
Oh, it's not just the community. There's a lot of weight on his
Amy
shoulders.
says time for getting kicked in the shins equivalent.
Because he does look after literally everything at that organisation. All the products go through Matt. So it's a tough gig. Trying to guide everybody and keep everybody on track and keep to budgets and things like that. It's a hard job. So I have a lot of respect for the guy. Gillingham, watch out for the two guys on the left here because they are axe murderers. Both of them. Look at them. Axe murderers. Absolutely. Does it not know the doors are open? It's a bit weird the way it's acting, isn't it? Is there a platform on that side too? No. Let's close the doors and open them again and see what happens. That's better. I think it's because I opened them before I stopped. I had unlocked them. Wait 10 seconds to find out how you've done. Great. Perfect. This time we'll get a shed. I can feel it, Dave.
Ticket checks are in operation at this station. Please.
Why are you in there? You're going to the depot. Never mind. Or is the depot behind me? No, it's in front.
Amy says, watch it be a Vectron.
Hannah Scott says it's not over yet.
Is there a shunting signal up there anywhere? Or do I have to set some points first before this changes? No shunting signal. There we go. Shunting signal. Gillingham Crossing. I should go here this time and get some footage of the cars stopping for the trains. I will have a little bit of spare time because I'm actually getting there a day early to from when I need to be there.
Chalky Transport says passing the DTGHQ.
Oh, that was a while ago, Chucky. Where have you been?
Hannah Scott says at Amy the bright green Vectron.
Ooh, Flix Train Vectron. Kermit the Train. What about Green Thomas? We could get Green Thomas on a quickie. This is where you hope everything's set right. And that you have come into the correct track, because it wouldn't be the first time I've driven down to the end here and shut the train down and gone, ah, it hasn't ended. I'm on the wrong track. Never mind. It's been a while, Vigilance.
Amy
We missed
says
you.
next time in I have to do Flix Train.
It's basically a train bus. In a couple of nights' time, I have to jump on Emirates' website and see if I can score a promotional upgrade. Because while their economy's okay, premium or business would be much nicer. And I am on the right track. Yay!
Hannah Scott says posh German pacer.
Amy says it's old intercity wagons and a new loco. It's perfect.
Run, 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 run.
Amy
See how far I
says
can
that's
get
what
before it
Bench wished
dies.
the IEP program was.
Claude. Such an old route. So tempting, isn't it? But I said quickies. But there's a shed. Yes, we're going for it. I hope it's a rail driver controllable shed, otherwise this thing won't work either. I'm just going to message Melbourne Train Guy in Discord and go, shed time. See if he wants to come back or not. Does that mean? Start a conversation.
Hannah Scott says do the shed.
Melvin
Jockey
McShed.
Transport
That'll
says
be
more
him.
SEHS.
What are we? We're a goods train? Good. Is this going to work? Oh, yes. Nighttime or daytime? It's probably daytime, isn't it? Goods. Are the brakes
Amy
cut
says
in?
have you seen the 700 simulator? They got a touchscreen DMI working.
Was that Daisy's thing?
Nightbot says please smash the like button to promote the stream. Thanks.
Daisy's built a thing. Let's do a load test. Brakes on and
Jockey
power
Transport
up.
says yes.
Amy says yeah Daisy.
Load test successful. I'm actually hoping to catch up with Daisy while I'm in the UK. We haven't settled plans yet, because waiting on her rosters. I should message her, actually. I wonder if she knows them by now. Oh, no, she's on Do Not Disturb. I'll leave her alone. Yay, signal! I'm just doing this for the scenario. Come on. Surely I don't have to apply you and then release you again.
Amy says that reminds me to send her the email she asked me to, tongue sticking out.
Just going to try and clear the brakes for the scenario. Otherwise the scenario is not going to work very well. There we go. Ooh, junction. There you go. Send her a message. Done the right thing. But yeah, her simulator looks bloody amazing, doesn't it? Managing some very good stuff with the API. Roll on, who dares wins.
Joshua Cumbers says just had an email from the University of Sussex. I've got an interview.
Oh, magic.
Woohoo. Party popper.
Is that for a course or is that to work there, Joshua? And congratulations
SI
either
says
way.
love the shed, just wish they'd adjust the wiper sound, it's so loud.
Yes, the wiper sound is before
Chalky
me hassling them when
Transport
I
says
said
who
make the
dares.
windscreen wet.
Chalky Transport says
It is
do
who
you.
dares, Chucky.
Chalky Transport says he.
Shed or dare. Everybody's going to pick shed. There you
Hannah
go,
Scott says will you reach the end? Who knows?
Well, I hope so.
Amy says I got to use it. It was a lot of fun. She
I
asked me
should,
to send her an email for feedback on accessibility, but I will say it was pretty good as it was with that regard.
I should put that thing on. Because I am using mods.
Joshua Cumbers says to work there as an assistant IT support officer.
That is excellent, Joshua.
Chalky Transport says boom boom.
Good luck with the interview, mate. I hope it goes well. No dynamics. Boo-hoo.
Chalky Transport says what have you installed?
I have the shed sound mods and all of the extra sheds. Can't you tell the difference? The shed sounds awesome. Listen to the traction
Joshua
motors.
Cumbers says thanks, buddy. Chalky Transport says so Quick Play could have given you a mod shed.
Yeah, it could have. Because they substitute in on services, so yes.
Hannah Scott says I'm still waiting to hear back from Greater Anglia.
Oh, they're really holding you out, aren't they? I hope that comes through soon, Hannah. I hate it when employers do that.
Amy says don't get me started on GA.
Well, the shed hasn't attracted Melbourne train guy back again. Did you talk to him, Chocky, when he got off? Just want to make sure he's alright. I just realised I had... hell. I just realised I had the mouse cursor sitting in the middle of the windscreen. Whoop, gratuitous bridge shot coming up. Little tiny bridge, but still a bridge. Whee!
V4 Vitty says G-Day Paul and chat.
Hello, V for Vitty. How are you? Hope you're good, mate. We're currently running Who Dares Wins. Remember when this came out and everybody thought this scenario was hard for some reason? It was weird. But there you go. Ooh, giant gratuitous bridge shot. Whee!
Chalky Transport says yeah, he was feeling a bit worn out because he has full-time university now and he's very tired.
I know, I'm not surprised. Hopefully he's alright though. There we go. Screenshot it is.
Nightbot says enjoying the stream. Consider supporting the channel by joining https://www.youtube.com/train-simulator-driver/join. Chalky Transport says yeah, hopeful.
Nightbot says want to keep chatting outside of streams. Join my Discord https://discord.gg/xsecpunch5.
I've just restarted my career in Derail Valley, Amy. I got bored, so I started again. You'll see that I think it's scheduled for a Wednesday night premiere.
Amy says it's not that hard of a scenario TBH, however I play Derail Valley.
Sai says hello Vitty. Chalky Transport says yeah, hopefully.
Nice sounds. So in the new pack there is GBRF sheds and DRS sheds, lots of different deliveries for those. There's ex-EWS that have had their name pulled off them.
Amy says Zoo Derail Valley series. Me excited. Have you seen the Googly Eyes gadget?
I have, but I've never actually found one.
Hannah Scott says just check the recruitment page, the application is still under consideration.
Yep.
V4Viti says I am doing just fine and as always enjoying your content very much. How are you doing these days, Paul?
Well, V, between holidays, so I've got a week of work before
Hannah
I go
Scott
back
says
away
so
again.
it's not a no. Yet.
Yeah, I hope it goes through to a yes, Hannah. Could be sitting here with the brakes partly on, powering, just because it sounds better. This is the sound mod. You can hear the traction motors going.
Joshua Cumbers says what you applying for, Hannah?
I like the shed because you can brake and power at the same time. If you don't get
Hannah
going with
Scott
Greater
says
Anglia,
at
you could
Joshua
always sneak
Cumbers
down
it's
with
for a
British
trainee
Ace and go
driver
with Southern.
position. Chalky Transport says shed.
I'm still waiting for trainee driver positions to open up on the railway that I operate on. They were going to come out in February and they're still not out. I think they were waiting for the last batch of drivers and firemen to get through their courses, and all the firemen are through now. So there's one driver to go.
Amy says I haven't heard bad things about working at GTR.
He didn't get far. He's stopping.
Joshua Cumbers says good luck, Hannah. Sai says Hannah don't need luck, she will smash it.
Well done, Si. Sleepy, sleepy.
Hannah Scott says thanks, at Joshua Cumbers' grinning face.
Couple of miles now to done it. Who are you? We'll probably meet Hedwig. We've got a chicken named Hedwig. It's the stupidest chicken in the world. Can't even find food half the time.
Amy says I'm gonna head off now, need some time to ADHD before social worker comes over.
Ah, good luck, mate. Social workers can be interesting people. I hope yours is a good one.
Amy says mine is a good one.
That's good. Did I turn on AWS? Let's do it really quickly. How's that for timing?
Sai says my interaction with social worker has always been positive, nothing wrong on my part, just saying, rolling
That's
on
good.
the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing, she's normal, don't work off the book.
That's good, Si. You ever seen someone told me that these things in the tops of the
Sai
levers
says
are actually
nothing,
bolts? I want to
asterisk,
pull one out.
asterisk, asterisk.
Is this signal approach control? I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've been down here. It is what I like about the Quickies, is that it just takes you onto routes that you'd never think about playing. And you go, ooh, I get to figure out this train. There has been the odd occasion where I've had to watch my own tutorial just to figure out how to run the train when I've done this.
Chalky Transport says shed.
It is a shed.
V4 Viti says, has anybody noticed the messed up controller configuration on Xbox Series X? PZB acknowledgement does not work at all, button assignment missing. DOH.
It works on most trains, V. I know there's one that it doesn't. Where you can run into issues is if CIFA sounds at the same time PZB does, you can run into some trouble. Because you need to press it multiple times to acknowledge that and then acknowledge PZB.
Hannah Scott says at V4 Viti should be on the B button on the controller.
There's one train that it doesn't work. Ah, there we go. We've got our calling on. Now, do we need to set any points, or is they done for us? Looks kind of promising, doesn't it? Looks like they're all set.
V4 Viti says it used to be on B.
It is still on B. There's only one train it doesn't work for. Are you saying it's not working on any PZB equipped trains, V?
Hannah Scott says just had a missed call from suspected spam, couldn't have been important.
I'm sure it's the police calling to arrest you because you owe $3.45 at the local library, Hannah. Or it could be that new phone you ordered from Amazon with someone else's credit card. That
Nightbot
sometimes
says
gets
please smash the like button to promote the stream. Thanks.
You know, I kind of need to know. Oh, it does turn. I could regret taking apart my brake lever while I'm coming to a dead end. Look at that. There really is a bolt in a lever. Yeah. And I thought these levers were metal, but I think maybe they're actually some kind of interesting plastic. And the bolt gives it weight.
Sai says anyone else don't answer calls to numbers they don't know cause I don't face with tears of joy.
Look at me frantically trying to screw my brake handle back together so I can stop the train when I need to. There you go. Works good.
Hannah Scott says at Sai I don't, if it's important, they would leave a voicemail.
Do you know what my voicemail message says? It says, don't leave voicemail, I never listen to it. And then it says mailbox full, proving it.
Chocky Transport says LOL. V4 Viti says in the controller menu the train functions are partly assigned to the keyboard and yes it is on all trains, at least all I drive.
That's really weird, though.
Sai says exactly my thoughts Hannah. Chocky Transport says the tracks you can hardly see LOL.
Have you remapped anything, V? Objective failure, my ass. Ooh, sparks. Nice. What are we off to get? Ooh, got quite a bit of shunning to do, don't we? And off to Dartford. Seems like a fun thing to do. I hear another shed honking. It'll stop before it crashes into the other one. See? It's fine. Very ungenerous stopping points.
V for Biddy says no, not yet. Is has been like this since a couple of updates ago. In the controller menu there are literally keyboard button pictures displayed.
It's really weird. Have you got a keyboard plugged in, V? Oh. Don't get better than that.
V4 Vitty says nobody plays on Xbox was a face.
I had one right next to me. Where are we going? Behind us. Okay. Up to the signal. Better be careful then, eh? I've just booted up my Xbox V, so I'll have a look. Might take it a little while.
Hannah Scott says at V4 Vitty I play on Series S, but I usually play on Xbox Cloud, as I prefer playing on a PC.
V for Vitty says yes, sometimes I have a keyboard plugged in, but it should not replace the normal controller functions, right?
No, it shouldn't. Oh, I know why that's not bearing up. You need to plug him in to the PC. Same to you, Xbox. There we go. I managed to get in before it downloaded 50 million updates.
V for Vitty says thank you, Paul, for your effort.
Yeah, Xbox is loading up at the moment. Who Junction Siding 7? Where's that? Up there.
Hannah Scott says I did try to install TSW on my PC, but I managed to get 15 FPS, and looking like a PS1 game.
"15 FPS. Ooh. Slightly low on the capability front there, Hannah. So cloud gaming probably is a good choice for you. Why did I pick a tap changer?
Chalky Transport says
Hannah Scott says that's what I get for buying a £180 gaming PC.
This is true. You're not going to get much for that, sadly. I don't know if you guys know fellow Ambassador Hentis, but he's had some really bad troubles with his PC hardware. Was that good enough for you? Was it? Very good. So you can stop 20 meters early and it goes, yeah, that's fine. But if you stop 5 meters late, it goes, nah. So I assume this one we're going to have to collect. So where are we going now?
Gav's Photography says I've been playing a lot of PC games more. Hannah Scott says solitaire counts as gaming, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Chalky Transport says this is different.
Have you got immersion controller scheme turned on? V?
Chalky Transport says slow down.
Oh, I am, don't worry. So this is on my Xbox. The game's still going. I'm still driving it on my monitor, don't worry. Have you got controller scheme immersion or classic? Because if you've got classic, then it won't be on B. But it does look like it still is. Damn it. Let me just drive the game in the background there.
V for Vidi says immersion.
Gav's Photography says I picked up TSC at Z2 and OMC2 on Steam Special.
There's release and free are there on the operations shift. But the other ones are on that cancel back alerter hold contact signaler, which is the B button. So that's what should happen. So not sure what you're seeing there. I'd ask if you had any mods, but that's a silly question. Ooh, I know I've bumped this thing, haven't I? Clearly. You get to see how messy my desk is.
Hannah Scott says, I see what you mean about the keyboard buttons on the left.
At least I was wearing pants. Gav says it picked up TSC, ATS, ETS2 and OMSI2 on Steam Special. That's good. So we're going to head in there. Looks like the signals have all been set for us.
Hannah Scott says buttons with no labels.
Yeah, but does it still work on B button though, even though the label's not there?
Chalky Transport says be right back.
I mean, I can try and drive that train on the Xbox and see what happens. And hope we come across something that needs PZB acknowledged.
V for Vidi says PZB acknowledgement is not on B.
Yeah, but if you press B when it's time to acknowledge PZB, does it work? That's the question. Because I don't think it's ever actually said it's there, it just is there.
V for Vidi says at least it does not work. Try Link Rheinstreck and the BR194.
Is that the red Vectron?
Gav's Photography says TSC I got for $8 okay hand sign.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I know the red BR194, if that's the Vectron, which I think it is, that one doesn't work. The PZB just doesn't work properly on that one.
Nightbot says enjoying the stream. Consider supporting the channel by joining https://www.youtube.com/train simulator driver/join.
SI says I love TSC. Nightbot says want to keep chatting outside of streams. Join my Discord https://discord.gg/zxacbngjh5.
Nightbot says please smash the like button to promote the stream. Thanks. V4 Viti says on keyboard the PZB acknowledgement works and the animation works too. The BR194 is the crocodile.
Oh, that's actually not PZB. That might be why you're running into issues. It's in Dussie. And there are very strange things that happen around Indussie. Try it on one of the normal German locos and see how you go. Close, but no banana.
V4 Viti says sure, but you have to acknowledge the Indus E60.
Yeah, you do, but what I'm saying is it doesn't actually work. Wouldn't we change ends? Surely. 9.8 miles, surely we'd change ends. I'm going to change ends. I think that's everything I need to do up this end. It's just quicker this way.
Chalky Transport says I am back.
You definitely have to acknowledge it, V, but I think that it's probably not working because it's in Dusty. So if you try it on...
Bradley Pattison says nothing wrong with a quickie.
Hey Bradley, how are
Paul.
you? If you try it on a normal German loco and let me know if it works, if you could.
V for Vidi says thank you for your input, Hannah.
Bradley Pattison says how you finding the TSCX?
Quite good now that I figured out how to configure it. That took a little while to make that work with Train Sim World. Everything else was easy. All the other things I've configured it for are fine. I can't get it working with Diesel Railcar Simulator, but the guy from Lapio is going to put up a debug version for me. See if we can work out what's going wrong. Derail Valley uses the same control system that DRS does, and it works in Derail Valley. So the Lapio dude thinks it's probably something in his game code that's preventing it from working. But I've got it working in lots of games now. CTS Tram and
Bradley Pattison says,
others.
yet it took me a while to get it how I wanted, after a fair bit of research.
The only thing I haven't got working is the regulator for
Hannah
steam
Scott
engines.
says at V4
No, it's
Viti,
not
no
the
worries.
regulator.
I don't have the crocodile, so never
reverser.
encountered that issue.
The Crocodile is certainly one of the weird locomotives because it's not actually PZB.
V
So it
for
wouldn't
Vidi
surprise me
says
if that
does not
doesn't
work
work.
on the Austrian Croco as well, and she has PZB.
Try it on something that's not a Crocodile, V. Because I don't think it's the controller setup. I think it's... I know it doesn't work on that loco, and I know that there are issues with the red Vectron as well. the DB Vectron.
Bradley Pattison says yes, aim on TSC, it just goes 100%, 0% and minus 100%.
Oh, on TSC I got it working. It's TSW that I have trouble with it. I tried to set this lever up as being the reverser for steam engines, and no, it doesn't like it. 100% either way, same as you're getting in TSC, but in TSC I got it working without any troubles. In TSC I did actually use the config that comes with the Cobra 1 app. That seems to work quite well. Just while this is driving, let me switch back to the Xbox. Because what I'm curious about...
Hannah Scott says use English, Welsh, Scottish,
is whether it presses
although
the
they
button.
are none of the above.
Why did I pick
3-star
the
Red
hardest
says,
one in
did
the
you
drive?
enjoy your visit to my city when you went to Rail 200 the gathering last weekend?
Let's do something easier. Devlin. Hello, 3-star. I didn't go to the gathering last weekend, 3-star. I'm still in Melbourne. I only just come back from Japan last weekend. Let me find a German train that's actually easy to drive, just so we can figure this out. S-Bahn 423. So just while this one's cruising along, once the Xbox One loads, we'll pop back to the Xbox and have a quick run into 423. There we go. It's up and running. Of course, it's dark time. It's that one, isn't it? And doors, what side are my doors on? Ah. No,
Chalky
AWS is
Transport
stopping me,
says
that's
I am
fine.
confused.
We're just on the Xbox trying something for V. Now I've got to remember how to do this. Oh, actually, I can just do Control Enter, Shift Enter, can't I? Come on, get back in the chair. Get back in the chair.
Hannah Scott says driving 2 trains at once, like a pro.
Yeah, except look what happened to this one.
Chalky Transport says what happened to the shed?
The shed's still here, Chalky, don't worry. Don't panic. Oh, I've got to break them end anyway. So is that ready to go? It is ready to go. We can lock the doors. I'm just trying to find out if PZB works for V. So I should probably, since we're not using mods, and I should probably turn off that for a moment as well. Oh, the shed's ready, so I'll just release the brakes on the shed and get that moving again.
V4 Viti says try the B button and watch the PZB button.
No, it doesn't work that way with controllers, V. It actually has to actually be active, or it won't do anything. It'll press CIFA by default. It always has. You actually have to have a PZB active for it to do it. So hopefully we'll come across something that needs acknowledging. Meanwhile, my poor shed is stuck in the snow a little bit. That was CIFA, I think. Come on, shed, you can do it. You can make it move.
Chalky Transport says every bush and tree.
Yeah, but it doesn't work that way on console. Zephyr. And I'm too slow in the Zephyr, but that's okay.
Chalky Transport says and person and light bulb and every blade of grass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Chalky Transport says did the speaker bot die?
No, it's still going.
Hannah Scott says you can release PZB on controller, X and left on the D-pad.
Yes, you can. I'm just hoping we come across a signal that...
3-star Red says wish we could get class 170, routes to
needs
drive on
acknowledgement.
Midland Mainline DLC. Looking forward to the Train Sim 6 free upgrade when it is released.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. Of course, I won't come across a signal. And in the meantime, old mate Shed is coming along.
Hannah Scott says sorry, it's right on the D-pad.
Where's Xbox gone? Just so you can see the Shed's still alive, I'm just trying to find... Can't find my scene. I think I'm supposed to be stopping.
Chalky Transport says I can hear the shed's wipers.
Yeah, the Shed's still running. It's cruising along rather slowly, though.
3-star Red says which are the best German DLC routes for route hopping.
Oh, that depends what you've got, I guess. And what do you like? Do you like quick things? Do you like long drives?
V4 Viti says maybe you can assign your buttons individually coming TSW6. I
You
wish.
can kind of do it now if you know how. If you know, you know. So the Shed is still here. Still very much still going. She's just going a bit slow. But Xbox at the moment is just stopped in a station, so no one's going to care about that. I'll get that going. I don't know if you can hear Xbox while I'm doing this. I don't know if you can hear Xbox at all, actually.
Three-star Red says long routes all day long for me.
I'd probably look at Castle as one of the ones then, if you like long ones.
V4 Viti says enlighten us, Paul.
Hannah Scott says new stream idea, split screen driving with 2 different trains at the same time.
You know, I could do that. So, when is there a yellow signal when you want one?
3-star Red says thanks for that.
My favourite German one's still MSB. With a close second to Mittenwaldbahn, close third to Niddertalbahn. But, you know, I like the slow ones. It's just... Do I have to acknowledge this signal with a speed sign on it? No. The shed's just slowly rolling through a station now.
All the stations. You'll catch up with something.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea, actually.
Vidi says try speeding.
Off we go. And meanwhile, the shed's still going. We're doing all right. We've got 3 miles.
3-star Red says some great looking scenery on this route.
Yeah, it is a nice one. Oh, we've got a red coming up. That's good. Zephyr. Shed's still okay.
Hannah Scott says I still have a soft spot for Kolnaken.
This is going to Spad, of course.
Says, okay, well, this is not how I intended it, but that was indeed a net worth. But a deliberate net worth, lol.
No, you're absolutely correct, V. That is not acknowledging on the B key. That's really bad. And I didn't like that I overrode it. Alright. That's enough, Xbox. That's really bad, V. Alright, Xbox, you can go back to sleep now. We don't need you anymore. Controller back on its charger. Let me just jump onto DTG's Discord for the Ambassador Discord and make sure they know about that.
Hannah Scott says, what is the German word for net worth?
Gott den Himmel! Oh, Scheißenkopf! That's a good one.
Nightbot says please smash the like button to promote the stream, smiley face, thanks.
Alright, back to the shed. Let's concentrate on the
Scott
shed.
Says neb word.
Sounds like a sausage. I'd like a nibwort with sauerkraut and mustard, please, in a sourdough bun. Sounds right, doesn't it? I've reported that, V, so I'll let you know if I get an answer.
V for Vidi says thank you, Paul.
I do know that it does have problems with the crocodile, but it didn't work with the 423, and the 423 should work fine. Oddly, this controller here, I can't see my stream anymore. Where's it gone? This controller, whoops, this one, B works fine on PC. V for Viti, that's extremely generous of you. Congratulations to V, who got a membership from himself, for himself. That's well done. And Osiris9216, congratulations. Sam's Trains, congratulations. Ingolf Paul Marion Hines, congratulations. And Aerocentric, congratulations. I do have a window open. Good. Oh, I should put the thing back up, shouldn't I? That, and the fact I'm using mods.
Chalky Transport says V gave a membership to themselves, lol.
Hannah's German
says
sausage
my German
jokes
sausage jokes are the worst.
I beat Speakerbot to it.
V for Viti says herself, but that's
Herself.
okay, rolling on the floor laughing.
So are you telling me for the last 5 years, I've thought you were a bloke and you're not? Oh dear. My apologies. That's what happens when you make assumptions. Do you like my incredibly professional labeling on the TSCX controller, by the way? Sticking some tape on it and writing on it with a texter?
Chalky Transport says oh dear.
SI says rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing. V for Viti says happens all the time.
Chalky Transport says that's why I said themselves, lol, not him or her, just in case.
Yep, fair enough.
Transport East Anglia says hello.
Hello,
Chalky
Transport East Anglia.
Transport says because I didn't know.
Sam's Train said 78th day in a row of work. Oh, I'm
Sam's
sorry.
Train says 78th day in a row of work, pile of feces, pile of feces, pile of feces.
They were not aware of it.
SI says it's 2025, can I be mid-gendering people rolling on the floor laughing. SI says miss.
Joshua Cumbers says, well, my Wi-Fi is going to be the worst because I am switching over ISPs and that results in some downtime. Also, nice scribble strips as we call them in the audio world.
Hannah,
Sam's
did
Train
you
says rolling on the
find
floor laughing,
that
pile of faces.
the B key is working on Xbox PC?
Hannah Scott says at Transport East Anglia, hello, fellow East Anglian. Chalky Transport says from Alexa, what's the scariest type of horse? I nightmare.
Oh dear, Jockey. Nay, you shall not make such shitty jokes here.
Gav's Photography says Chalky rolling on the floor laughing. Chalky Transport says I'm here all day.
Chalky Transport says LOL. Hannah Scott says it looked the same as what you did for me.
Cool.
SI says ask Alexa what 100 in Welsh is.
This sums up Welsh in one word.
Train simulator driver says Lan Fairpol Gwingil Godja Iquian Drobble and Tizilai Ogagagok.
Chalky Transport says I feel like this is a trap SI.
Sam Strains says all those days of work are paying for me to become Samantha. I shall leave now. I must
cool,
go
Sam.
away and do more work.
Don't work yourself to death.
SI says it's not chalky, it's funny.
Yeah, look after yourself, mate. Mental health is something that can really suffer if you work too many days in a row, so make sure you look after yourself.
Chalky Transport says whoop lol.
I was looking around there going, is that AWS's Xbox's controller? It's alright. I just realised how late it is here. It's 10:30 at night. Oh well. We're almost finished this one, and we've got your issue reported, V. Alex is raising a bug for it now. So, looks like they didn't actually know, which is kind of sad. Which means it doesn't happen in the beta build, only happens in the production build, because they'd know if it happened in the beta build. Double yalla.
Chalky Transport says from Alexa, which cheese is made backwards? Eat 'em, that's such an obvious one. Nightbot says enjoying the stream. Consider supporting the channel by joining https://www.youtube.com/trainsimulator-driver/join.
Oh,
I think we're just about coming to the end of tonight's
Chalky
stream.
Transport says also from Alexa, why don't oysters share their shells? They're shellfish.
Oh dear.
Hannah Scott says with cheese jokes, you have to tread carefully.
Nightbot says want to keep chatting outside of streams. Join my Discord https://discord.gg/xxpunch5.
That might be stopping a little bit early, you know. Oh, there's a convenient clock.
V4 Vitty says see you around, Paul. Have a nice second vacation.
Oh, I hope so. I'll be interviewing a few people for the channel while I'm over there, so expect that. I'm also doing an episode of the Railway Dogcast when I'm there, so I hope that turns out to be interesting. If you don't follow the Railway Dogcast, the easiest place to find them is look them up on YouTube. Because they do
Scotsman,
videos of the things.
B17, says hello.
Hello, Flying Scotsman. You've arrived just in time for the end. I'm getting a cab ride in you while I'm in the UK. Sounds wrong, doesn't it? Never mind. It's getting late.
Chalky Transport says, boy, did that sound wrong.
Joshua Cumbers says, Dad says to his kids, have you ever wondered how many tickles an octopus needs to laugh? Kids say, 10 tickles. Dad says, 11, don't forget the test tickle. Rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing.
What if it's got 2? Then it would be 12. Just saying.
SI says, man face palming light skin tone, man face palming light skin tone, man face palming light skin tone, man face palming light skin tone.
Chalky Transport
I
says,
assume that
and
means we're going
TSW
backwards.
just crashed on the loading screen.
Flying
We are going
Scotsman,
backwards.
B17, says, I don't get it.
Hannah Scott says, I once knew a drag queen from Manchester. He had a Wigan address.
Oh dear.
Chalky Transport says, wait, no.
Chalky Transport says, I don't know what it did.
Whatever you least expected will be what it did.
Joshua Cumbers says, Chalky, my fellow Southern train passenger, rate my joke. SI says, oh God, all these dad jokes.
Well, you're a dad size, so why not? I think last time I tried to do this, I crashed the train. Just saying.
Chalky Transport says, is there a way to re-download something that's mine from the CC since I reset my PC?
You can re-download your own content, yes. I'm not sure
Joshua
if you
Cumbers
can
says, thanks Hannah,
edit
rolling
it,
on the
though.
floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing.
But you can at least get it back.
Chalky Transport says, how do I do that? Hannah Scott says, my partner left me after our first date to an owl sanctuary. I was a twit to woo her there.
Oh dear. Bird
Flying
jokes.
Scotsman, B17, says, sir, for how long have you been an engineerman?
On diesels since about 2008. On steam engines, it was quite recently,
Flying Scotsman,
I started
B17,
training in 2020.
says you identify as a train?
And I qualified
LOL.
in 2023. Because I've just done my 2 years re-exam. And while they're a lot more work, I do prefer the steam engines to the diesels. Because it's more fun to fire them, it's more fun to drive them. I think we are just about there.
Flying Scotsman, B17, says steam engines are classic.
Indeed they are. I don't think I can go another 189 yards, you know, unless I'm in the wrong track. Which I don't appear to
Chalky
be.
Transport says, how do I re-download something?
You can subscribe to it yourself on Creators Club. And since you're on PC, you'll be able to copy the file into the right place so that you can edit it. I think there's a post on the forum that tells you how to do it from memory. That'll be it then. Let's shut her down.
Chalky Transport says wait what?
Oh, it finished.
Joshua Cumbers says a buddy of mine is a train driver. I asked him how many derailments he had. He said, I lost count, it's hard to keep track, rolling on the floor laughing.
Oh, that's scary. Anyway, I think that pretty much brings us to the end tonight, because it's quite a bit after I'm supposed to go to bed, because I'm meant to be up quite early tomorrow, because I have work, surprisingly.
Chalky Transport says wait so I can copy anyone into the right place and edit them all?
No,
Hannah
only
Scott
yours.
says the distance is from your player position, and not the train.
Yeah, I know, Hannah. I was just thinking that maybe I was in the wrong track there for a moment, because I'm
Chayu
half
says,
asleep.
do you want to see London to Orpington for TSW6 with the following trains? Class 375, Class
That's a
465,
really detailed question.
Brill, Class 465, ABB, Class 465, Metro Camel, Class 466, Class 365, Class 411 for SEP, Class 421 for C.
I'm just going to say yes, because that's an incredibly detailed question. So sure, why not? Anyway, have a great time, folks. Thank you very much for joining in tonight, or today for you guys. And for those of you in the UK, enjoy the rest of your day, because I know it's still fairly early for you. And I'm going to finish up now and get off to bed. And I'm quite looking forward to being in the UK next week.
Flying
So,
Scotsman, B17,
see
says
you all
okay
soon.
bye sir.
Have fun, folks. Bye now.
SI says take care.
Everybody be safe.
Joshua Cumbers says